Hello everybody, I'm Francesca Lanzavecchia of the Lanzavecchia Wai Studio. We are here in the Salone Satellite in the last day of this Salone at our booth E7, E9. Here we are presenting 4 new projects.
This is a bookcase, 4 seating objects and a low table. Basically it consists of around 600 pieces of Indonesian plywood. It was about how to create something out of a simple single piece of stock material, which is 3mm plywood. Stack it up 600 times, you get a mass, and how do you activate it into a bookcase is by creating these voids. But the voids are not wasted, they're not thrown away. They become the stools. The stools that you sit on, so that there are 4 stools, and there's a low table that you can read a book while you're drinking a coffee or a tea. So in this way, the objects, they are linked by the process as well as the ritual of the act of reading a book.
This is, for instance, the Fragmented series. Is Fragmented Cabinet is one of 2. Is the first series of these designs. The Fragmented was awarded yesterday of the Design dello Stupore by Rima. It's a prize that is given to young designers that had pieces here that are still pieces of dream, but with connection to the real world of production. We are working again with the fetish of the textile, of this elastic textile, so without drawers or rigid inches, but just the panels of textile where you find openings by caressing the object. The evolution of this chest of drawer that is actually fragmented and can move around the house is this series of sitting up elements and containers as well. This for us was a project where we wanted to do something really more close to the production world and to what everyone can have in his own house. It's still a piece of furniture where you can substitute the textile and dress it in all the colors you want. So it's very easy to construct and stack. So this here is about texture, as we already said, but as well about the fragmented and rethinking to the function the object has, so, and storing and nesting as well. Those 2 projects, they were made in a period where we had 2 big events. One was Artissima in Torino and the other was Art Stage Singapore. So I was in Pavia and he was in Singapore. So of course we had to say, okay, you work on this, I work on that, and let's do it. But then when we decided to come to the Salone, we decided to bring this concept to the next step and make it into something very producible. And then we decided to do this project. Then I was in Singapore and we worked together. So usually either we work through Skype and printing out, and everyone has his own working model, or we try to be in the same country and work on the project. This project has a very interesting story. We worked in collaboration with the last craftsman of lion masks. Lion mask is a mask used during this ritual dance that bring good luck in important events in life, like marriages, baptism, and the New Year. We hope that it's going to bring good luck to us as well. And why we worked with this technique is because we wanted to exploit a southeastern craftsmanship, and then this was one of the last handmade products in Singapore. Master Henry is the last craftsman of this and a master of Kung Fu that Singapore has.
Yeah, because his market was threatened. In fact, it was taken over by cheaper Chinese imports in the late 90s. It was much cheaper, of course, when it comes from China, but it's not as well made because the people who made in China were not people who did the lion dance, whereas Master Henry was. So his business suffered a lot, and he almost wanted to give up because he was really not making money from it. So I found him out, and then we went to visit him in his workplace. To do this interior project, to show this craft in a different light, in a different arena, in a new context of lighting objects. So with these products, it's not just lighting objects, but we also hope to communicate this very rare craft that is slowly dying in Singapore. Hopefully with these products, he can go to the next level of production.
The lamps are made with a bamboo structure inside, covered with rice paper and using starch as glue, and then painted on top. The colors are actually the one taken from the lion eye, and they remember the lion eye as well in their shape. We decided to concentrate on shapes that are very difficult to produce onto an industrial production, but that are very easy for him well, easy, as long as it can be, as much as it can be, but easy to produce. So the result are these 5 lights, 3 hanging ones, 1 floor one that is actually not at our booth because it was competing for the Wai Salone competition, and then this standing lamp with a low table, coffee table. I think since it's handmade, it can be really customized. We started with this because we like the idea that when you are in a dark room and you have this light on, it sets the room on fire. So it still keeps this fighting vibe. So it's still the lion in it. We're finished like almost just 1 week before the salon started, and then he had to come over by flight. And then we asked to try and give it a real like lion pattern. And the lions have a base that is a sticker in gold, and then it's painted on top. The result was like a big Ferrero Rocher. We were really scared, so that's why at the end we went on with just 1 color, which is still very similar to the original, but not with the kitschy vibe. The look is very modern, I think, so it's nice to see that something that is that old and that traditional and that kitsch in a way can become a very modern object.
Yeah, it could actually fit into modern homes instead of just staying in the arena of a lion dancing. Somehow the message can go into everyday life as well. So I think that if that could happen, then we would have really achieved our goal for this craft.